This might be one of the shortest videos I make. Oh, wait, before I start, hook 'em. This might be one of the shortest videos I make because let's be honest, this Texas team should destroy UTSA. There's not a lot that I have to say about this game. Texas should dominate UTSA. We're at home. We should do all the things we're supposed to do. But I want to say this because I usually forget to say this when I make my videos. So just so you're aware, before I make these preview videos, the one thing that I do the week before my team plays is I will watch the team that we're going to play. I will be honest, I did not watch UTSA. I didn't watch them. I didn't even take the time to watch them. So that's disrespectful, but I didn't do it. So just so we're aware, whenever I make these videos about my team and who we're playing against, just know that the previous weekend I have spent time watching them if they play. And so that is why a lot of these I can come up with my 3 things based off what I saw the team do when I was watching them. So anyways, just sharing that here, but let me get into this video because like I said before, this shouldn't be a long one because my Texas Longhorns should take care of business. So as I said before, we all know, we've seen Texas. We saw what they looked like against Michigan. We've seen them now for 2 weeks. We should all know that they have better athletes. They are well conditioned. They are well informed. All the things. They should beat UTSA. This video is merely just to say some things that I'm a little bit concerned about that you've seen and heard me say at the end of my videos if you've listened to the end of my videos. And so I just wanted to kind of bring those to the forefront here because there's a couple of things. So the first thing is I want to see if Texas is ready for the moment. So Texas went into Michigan, went to the big house, won the game, did everything they're supposed to do. Everyone's talking all highly of them and how great they are and all these things, right? And so I want to see how they come out against lesser competition. UTSA will be lesser competition. Nobody will argue that, but they are going to be well coached. And so I want to see how we come out against a team that's well coached. Even though we're better than this team, I just want to see what we look like. I need Texas to show me they're ready for the moment. The second thing, the funny thing is I'm doing this video. I don't even have my notes. I'm just doing this video. There'll probably be not a lot of clip ups either because it's like, it just kind of is what it is. But the second thing I am going to be focused on is that defensive line. I've told you all before, I'm concerned about the defensive line. I want to see if we're going to be able to stop the run. Against Colorado State, they had 126 yards, I believe. But then against Michigan, I think we held them to like under 80 yards rushing and our secondary really stepped up. And so I'm very just curious to see how this will play out against UTSA because like we all know, the SEC likes to run the ball. And coming up, not next week, but we are going to play Oklahoma and Georgia, and we're going to get in conference play. And so we need to be able to stop the run. I will say I do like the depth that we have on D-line. I do like how we're kind of rotating players in and out. But I don't know, something about this D-line just isn't speaking to me. And maybe it's because this is only game 2. You know, maybe as game 3 rolls around, game 4 rolls around, I'll have a different take. But this defensive line right now, I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, here we are. Our secondary has shown up, but I'm a little concerned about our defensive line, and maybe I'm just overly concerned because I have to pick at something. I don't know, but I hope the defensive line shows up. So first thing, obviously, are we ready for the moment? Are we going to do this? Are we going to show up and show that we're better? The second thing is I'm worried about the defensive line. I'm very curious to see what that defensive line looks like. And then the third thing, I was actually kind of waffling between our secondary and our secondary and making sure we cover the spread, which again, because I think good teams cover. And so if you're a good team and you're able to cover the spread, that lets me know that people have a good eye on who you are and what they think you can do. Now, obviously, just like I always say when it comes to data and information and statistics and all these things, that always isn't an indicator of what's going to happen because if somebody scores a late touchdown or something like that, it obviously skews things. But that's just kind of one of those things I'm thinking about. However, I am going to be watching our secondary because our secondary has been surprising me lately. Our secondary looks fast. They look smart. They look like ball hawks. They look like they want to get to the ball. I think they already have like 5 or 6 turnovers or maybe 4 turnovers already in the year. So I'm just very curious to see how they look against what I am predicting to be a lesser opponent. And so I really want Texas to go out here and dominate the same way they dominated Colorado State. I expect Texas to go out and do the exact same thing. I hope we get out of this game with no injuries. I hope we see some great improvements. I'm expected to see a lot of Arch Manning. I'm expecting to see my freshman come in there and make a play. And I'm just expecting to see some great things out of Texas this weekend, because when you're good, these are the games where you fine tune and you get better and you do a couple of things to just make sure you're good and make sure your team is solid. And also maybe you try some things too. Maybe you just try and, try different formations or try different groups or whatever. There's nothing like game action. And so I'm very curious to see how Texas comes out and plays this week. Again, I expect Texas to win. I'm picking Texas to win. That should be a no surprise. But I just want to see what they look like, because I have expectations for them. And like I say in my Colorado videos, once I have expectations for you, it is your job to meet those expectations. And when you don't meet those expectations, well, we all know I will say what's on my mind and I will let it out and I will post a video about it. But until Texas proves me wrong, right now I have expectations and I need them to go out there, execute, dominate, win this game, and then move forward, come out of it healthy so we can move forward to next week. So that is what I think. As always, hook 'em. So, as always, hook 'em. It's you would laugh at how many times the people I know hate when I say hook 'em, and I know they watch these videos, and so that's why I do it. So anyways, I will end this video here. You didn't care about any of those. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on my content. If you haven't already, go watch old content that maybe you haven't watched. If you're new here, thank you for being here. I promise you, I'm not crazy. Everything I say now, if you actually go watch my old content, I've been saying this since January. So here I am. I'm in mid-season form. But seriously, I'll end this video. I'll stop rambling. As always, hook 'em.